All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Yoni Kayman is the founder and CEO of Magnum Bikes, based in Salt Lake City, Utah, and he joins me now on Zoom to give us an update and talk e-bikes. Welcome, Yoni. Nice to have you.
Thanks, Chris. Great to be here.
So, what's the e-bike business like these days? How would you characterize it in August or September of 2023?
That is a fantastic question. Um, e-bikes are definitely the thing of the future. They're actually becoming more of the thing of the present, where they were the thing of the future. The adoption rate has been climbing, so that's really exciting. The annual growth rate for the industry is still strong, estimated probably about 17% year over year. It might be more than that. The estimations are kind of not necessarily so up to date with everything that's happening. We are seeing tons and tons of e-bikes. At the same time, there are a lot of challenges. Challenges with overage of inventory. Many manufacturers have. There are a number of brands kind of just popping up, fly-by-night brands that are just bringing a couple of, one or two models in, trying to slash the price, coming and going, no real foundation long term. So those are some of the challenges that we face as well. But
Yeah, I feel like
it's exciting.
yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, it feels like pricing has come down this year. Like there's just been this downward pressure on prices for e-bikes. You've seen that?
Absolutely. We've seen that. We've felt that. I strongly believe it's a temporary thing. I think that many manufacturers are overstocked and are slashing prices or bringing prices down temporarily. Inflation has hit in every area besides for e-bikes. So everything's costing more money. E-bikes is coming down. It does contribute to the adoption rate, though. So there is something good that's coming out of it. Volume is going up.
Yeah. What's the history of Magnum? Give me a quick history lesson there.
Okay, sure. I actually launched Magnum Bikes overseas in Israel. In 2010, I started working in e-bikes before they were even legal. And I went to the bicycle manufacturer and said, "Hey guys, this is going to come on the market soon. Hasn't been approved by essentially the Department of Motor Vehicle to bring into the country, but this is going to come on, and let me help you, and I'll manufacture for you." And I had great contacts with factories in China. In 2013, I decided, I've done that. I'm going to open my own brand, choose the right bikes that are going to be affordable, that are going to be high quality. And Magnum was born in 2015. I'm from New York. So in 2015, I realized that the opportunity was ripe in the US. And I essentially moved the company over to the United States in Salt Lake City, partnered up with a close friend of mine who's now the COO and a partner of mine, Jesse Lappin. He's from Salt Lake City. And when I came across Salt Lake, as it's a really great outdoor space, great employees, cost of living is good. So that was kind of where we landed, and we built it out across, as a national manufacturer and distributor. And we also have some international distribution in Canada, New Zealand, in Israel, going into Australia soon, hopefully. That's in a nutshell, Magnum Bikes. We've been around for more than a decade, just with the brand Magnum. But I've been in the e-bike space, quite a long time. I've seen it evolve from almost nothing, to where it is today.
Yep. What's a day in the life like for you right now? Give me a quick walkthrough of that.
Sure. A day in the life of Yoni. CEO of an e-bike company. Like I said, there are challenges. So it's a matter of like dealing with and balancing the challenges that we face on a daily basis with the planning, projecting, creating new. We constantly are living in the present as well as in the future. That's the balance that we have. I mean, for me, I oversee the company. We have about a little bit over 50 employees. We have a retail division with 5 retail shops of our own. We have a wholesale department that focus on wholesale sales, as well as some international and business relationships and B2B sales. There's a lot of plates spinning at the same time, making sure that my directors, managers are on top of things, making sure that every employee has, their place, and they're doing their job, making sure, overseeing. And like I said, there are plenty of challenges that we're facing, and each one needs to be dealt with, and celebrating the wins. So it's that balance.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. How many Magnum e-bikes are there in the world today, roughly?
Roughly, definitely over 100,000. My estimate is probably somewhere around 120 to 140,000. Out there, based on the number of years that we were in business, the distribution that we have internationally as well. So yeah, they're out there. You'll see them.
Yep. Yeah, I've run into a few of them. Where are your retail shops? Are they all out west or?
So we have 3 in Utah, all out west. We have 1 in Scottsdale, Arizona, and
Oh,
1 in Encinitas, California. All of them are amazing, staffed with, the best focus that we can have is service. That's really important, the service for the product. Like I said, we're not a fly-by-night company, and there are other brands that are slashing prices, but actually making sure that you're going to get the quality product and get the service involved. So it is a hands-on product. So those retail shops really focus on. We have 1 in Park City, Utah, 1 in St. George, Utah, and our main shop in Salt Lake City, Utah.
what do you think differentiates your bikes from the others out there? What would you say to that question?
Great question. So first of all, we do have a wide variety in our lineup. Sometimes, at this stage, I think it's a little bit too wide, and we are working on consolidating some of the models, but we do have a product. We have an e-bike for everyone. So there's no e-bike out there. There's no rider out there that's not going to find a bike that will fit him. There are plenty of companies like that really have a limited scope of models. We do our best really to get as many people in every stage of life, and for all types of usage, to go ahead and get on an e-bike. So we have cruiser bikes, and we have city bikes, we have mountain bikes. We have recently brought out some mid-drive e-bikes because we saw the demand there. People were asking for them. We also focus, like I said, on quality, on the combination of quality and affordability. We like to be in that $1,500 to $2,500 range. That's really a good space to be. And we do have a couple of bikes that go over the 2,500. Those are mostly, either very large batteries, mid-drive bikes, etc. But that's where we want to be. So what distinguishes us is that we have a wide lineup, we have great quality, we have affordable pricing, and we have the team and the company to support it.
Nice. And what do you ride? What's your daily rider, Yoni?
That's a great question. I mean, I typically I ride the bike that we're testing, the prototype. So it kind of shifts around. I personally love our new Vertex, and that's really what I've been riding. The Vertex is, that yellow bike right there. It's a mid-drive mountain bike. It really performs. It performs really well. I'm a kind of an aggressive rider, so we do have other bikes that are more leisurely, especially our cruiser and lowrider style bikes, and some of our city bikes. But this one is, if you want to hop on and off trail, or on and off sidewalks, or if you want to, really pedal hard and feel the, your speed as you're pedaling with the right, components, it's awesome.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. So let's go to the top here and just give me a quick run through of these bikes here, because you do have a lot of e-bikes, as you mentioned,
Sure.
e-bike for everyone. I think
Well,
you may
as
have
I
the most.
said, we are consolidating,
Yep.
but I'm going to go through some of our most popular models. Okay, so we start
Yeah.
with the cruiser bikes. Cruiser and lowrider, we actually have a 3 series cruiser family. We have the cruiser, We have the lowrider bike, which is very similar to the cruiser. It's just more of a low step over. And we have a Ranger. The Ranger is like a 4-inch tire, fat tire cruiser bike. That those You got the Ranger right there in the left. So those three really are, I would say, a unique kind of family. Not much competition out there in the beach cruiser style bikes. We have, that leisurely kind of, your pedals are a little bit forward, you're sitting back, relaxed. You're not high up with your back arched over. So it appeals to a lot of riders. It's one of our best sellers. We actually are going to we're in the process of doing a significant promotion on the cruiser and lowrider bikes. You'll see those coming out very soon, but those are I would say one of our top sellers. We also have some Pathfinder bikes, which is another. I'm going to kind of go in order of what comes to mind as far as the demand. So the Pathfinder bike's also another one of our top sellers. It's very versatile, obviously very different than a cruiser or lowrider, which is a little bit more niche. Pathfinder has a 20-inch, 3-inch tire, 20 by 3-inch tire. Very versatile, meaning any rider could really ride it. I'm 6 feet tall, no problem riding it. And then you can go, so you could have somebody that's 4'11", get on that bike and still feel confident and comfortable. Handlebars, adjust, go up and down. The step over height is quite low, probably the lowest you can get. And the seat post is, up and down. So we have two different models of the Pathfinder, actually three. We have a 350 watt 36 volt, which is our lowest end. Then we have a 500 watt 48 volt 13 amp hour battery, and then we have the 500 watt with the torque sensor and a 17.5 amp hour battery. And that's a great, family. Mm-hmm. And we are introducing one more model, not named as the Pathfinder, but it will be like the big brother to the Pathfinder. And that's going to be a new model called the Cosmo 2.0. So we've gone through a few variations with our Cosmopolitan, which is more of a low step city bike. So you see the Cosmo there now. The Cosmo 2.0 will have a similar frame style to the Pathfinder, but share the same battery and a number of the same components, just kind of consolidating the line. And really, it's a beautiful bike with a lot of different colors, totally battery as well. The battery case will be painted in line with the bike. So just kind of modernizing that, low step. And that family, I think that's like one of the bread and butter families of e-bikes today, because the majority of the riders are looking for something that's versatile, that's easy to get on and off of.
Do you sell more step throughs than you do step overs?
Yes, we definitely sell more step throughs, again, more universal. So we have the Metros and we have our Navigators, which are all low step throughs. And again, some of these will be transitioning out of in the next 6 months or so. We also have the Nomad, which is a 4-inch, fat tire step through. So we have quite a few step throughs. We're just looking to consolidate them in the near future. But that really is the key to getting people on bikes, is making it accessible, easy, comfortable, manageable, controllable, so people don't feel like they don't have real, good control over it. And again, a lot of these people that are getting on e-bikes nowadays are not avid bike riders otherwise.
Yeah.
Right? You're not taking pro bike riders. I mean, I'm sure I know you're a great bike rider, and, as am I, but, the average person and the objective here is really to get everybody on an e-bike. So you got to get bikes that are going to appeal to everybody and feel good. Yeah.
All your bikes have hydraulic brakes?
Not all of them, but most of them. So some of the lower, like, $1,500 price range or so, they'll still have some mechanical brakes. Next year we are shifting in the direction to unify all the bikes with hydraulic brakes.
Yeah, it's one thing that is always a problem on mechanical disc brake e-bikes, is that sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. They require that maintenance that
Sure.
many of these users they don't know how to fix the brakes. So
Absolutely.
cool. Um, any sales you want to mention coming up? Yeah, anything for Black Friday or?
So we just had a Labor Day sale that a lot of people took advantage of, and that Labor Day sale is still valid in some of our dealers and some of our shops, where you get $400 or $500 off the first bike, and then there's progressive if you buy two bikes, 600 if you buy more than two bikes, three bikes or more, you get 800 off of each one, which was great. We are, like I said, we are focusing on the cruiser and lowrider. So that's going to be coming out really soon. And that is a fantastic bike. It's really the most comfortable bike. Some people don't like bigger bikes, but when they look at it and they say, well, this bike is really too big for me. It's too, because in your mind, you might think that it's very difficult to like maneuver. But when you get on it and you feel the geometry of it, where you're sitting and you're sitting kind of low to the ground, or you're flat, your feet are flat and your pedals are forward. That's a great bike that we're going to be, we have some inventory of those models specifically, so we're going to be updating them in the future as well, with our new battery case. We will have additional sales that will come out in the future, but that's like the immediate, I would say the biggest ones immediately. We also did something really interesting in Utah, where we partnered with UCare, it's Utah Clean Air
Mhm.
Initiative, it's a nonprofit organization, and issued a voucher for qualifying people, where they get anywhere between $600 to $1,200 off a bike purchase through UCare if they're signing up, and if they sign up quickly enough, then they'll qualify.
Yeah. Another question I just thought of, your batteries, are they UL certified, or if not, are you going to get those certified?
So they are. I mean, when we brought the majority of our bikes that were from, let's say, last year, we didn't actually get the UL certification requirement until more recently. We since then have tested and are in the process of completing the tests on all of the different battery models. So yes, they will all be certified. Some of them are already certified with UL certification,
Yeah.
some in the process. We didn't change anything. It's just a matter of actually sending the product to the UL laboratory to get tested.
Yeah.
Um,
I imagine you
you
see
know,
it's becoming more important as we go along here in the future. It's states are starting to get involved with some laws
sure.
and New York
I mean,
City.
I think it's good to have a standard.
Yep.
I think it's important to have a safety standard. We never deviated from, using high quality components, so I'm not
What's
worried.
Yeah, do you use Samsung LG cells in yours?
We use either, Samsung, LG. We've used Panasonic on some runs. I mean, it kind of depends on what's available at the time of manufacturing,
Right.
but we will use the top tier battery manufacturers.
Gotcha. And as far as support goes, what can customers expect? I see you have a phone number here on the website, but give me a sense of, can I call today and get somebody on the
Yeah,
phone right away, or?
yeah. I mean, I'm excited to talk about our support. It's really fantastic. We have a chat support. We have a phone support option. We have tickets if you're filling out a form, a contact us form for support. We also have obviously support that goes through our dealer network. It's very important to get support, hands-on support. Not everybody needs it, but I suggest, to the majority of the listeners here, that if you're going to buy an e-bike, you want to buy it from a shop that somebody could actually help you set it up correctly. Someone could be there to support and answer questions. Sometimes a small mistake with assembly could lead to, an egregious error. So you don't want that to happen, and you don't necessarily feel like you're the most professional bike mechanic. Obviously, if you have an e-bike, you should learn how to service it, but you also want a professional to be able to support it. So we do have our own support from our headquarters, where we're helping customers resolve issues, sending out replacement parts when necessary, sending out videos for customers to really understand how to use the bike properly or how to overcome any type of issue. And we also have support through our dealer network, as well as our own retail shops.
Yep. And what's your warranty on the bikes?
So we give a 1-year warranty standard. We also have an option online to extend your warranty up to 3 years. There's a fee for it, but it costs you something, but it definitely is an option that many people are interested in and going forward with.
Nice. Well, Yoni Kayman from Magnum Bikes, appreciate you joining me today, and yeah, keep us up to date
Thank you
with
so much,
what you
Chris.
got going on.
Check out our new bikes. I mean, we have those new Pilot and Vertex models that we've really designed from ground up. Those are awesome, and you'll see some new modernization of our bike lineup coming in 2024.
Awesome. Well, can't wait. Can't wait.
Thanks again. Thanks for having me.
All right, Yoni,
Bye-bye.
take care. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.